GU Self Storage, conveniently located near the Harmon McDonald's, offers fully covered loading and unloading area with individual pin-coded gate and door access. Call us today at 648-7867 for more information.
Hafa Guam, I'm Adriana Gutero. It's Wednesday, and you were watching Crime Time. I am joined here with Sergeant Paul Tapel. We are here at your office today at Teason headquarters, and we're going to be discussing the Neighborhood Watch program that has been rather effective within some of these big crimes and responses lately. So I know that it's a fairly newer program. However, just for those that don't know, let's just tell them background information on what the Neighborhood Watch program is.
So really, it was it was just revitalizing the program that may have gone on a hiatus over certain years within the community. And there were prior to this Neighborhood Watch program, other communities had a Neighborhood Watch program, and as I had mentioned, it had gone hiatus. But to the revitalization efforts with concerned citizens within, we call it the Mango Tree Barrigada Initiative. It pretty much lit the fire that catapulted the Neighborhood Watch program to where we are today. And within the years, we've held town hall meetings within all 19 municipalities on the island. To date, we have over 3,000 members. Over 34 Neighborhood Watch programs are in existence within the community. And it really, I wanna give credit to Mayor Palco for highlighting this, and the recent incident and the recent death investigation that happened, in Ramirez Street along the Tortuga fence line area. And KUM did an interview with him, after the arrest was made, and they spoke with Mayor Rudy, and he was spot on when he talked about the community coming together and having this as a core foundation in building a safer Guam, not just within your respective proper, but a safer island. And I guess moving it forward and everything, we are having our yearly commanders meeting to include the respective mayors and of course our command staff with the Guam Police Department Thursday night at the Sinahanya Community Center. It's our second time doing this and bringing light, introducing the community, the respective Neighborhood Watch programs with surrounding programs. We talk about what works within their watch program. We talk about how GPD can assist with their program, because really the success comes from the community and keeping it centric. So, I'm piggybacking or coattailing off of Mayor Spalco's interview, and it was really special in how he spoke about that. And, some of the efforts and what we've done with the Guam Police Department has brought more of initiatives into their, into the respective programs.
Definitely. So yeah, I had interviewed Mayor Paco, and he mentioned that with that incident on Saturday that happened, he was first notified via Neighborhood Watch. So he spoke very highly on how effective it is, and that his Neighborhood Watch group is definitely always in communication, and that it's just a simple message, and that everyone can end up finding out what's happening.
Absolutely. He was there. We were both at the scene on Saturday night, and we were talking about how he received that information via his Neighborhood Watch channel. And this is one of many incidents in which we try to highlight the success. And of course, it's tragic of what had happened with the victim and of course this death investigation. But a few weeks ago, we've also reached out to Marin Galta, who's really been a drive behind the Mingilao Neighborhood Watch program.
And there was another incident that recently occurred there as well.
Yes, and we've highlighted that, and we asked the community to help with the One Uggan homicide investigation, and reaching out to the proper the pillar families within the respective proper. This is where we can actually lead to more information surrounding this homicide investigation. So, working with the community, working with the Guam Police Department, we're seeing more of an uptick of information sharing coming from the community versus years where we've never had a vibrant Neighborhood Watch program. And, I can highlight when we did the Carmen Memorial burglary that highlighted the New Year's Eve, we were able to capture critical information, some CC footage that was captured by the respective Neighborhood Watch program of that area, and it was, it was circulated to social media. We were able to highlight that, and with the work that the Guam Police Department did, we were able to apprehend four minors that were taken into custody, not just for that crimes that they committed within the Tamuning area, but throughout the island. And that it really, it really showed the efforts of the community wanting more of a safer and a secure Guam. So it really starts with the community understanding what they can do to provide that.
Exactly, and, just focusing in on how the community can help make a difference. With this most recent incident on Saturday, you guys held a press conference on Sunday, and then asking the community's help to identify the woman and also any leads that may, to a suspect. And then not even 24 hours later, another press conference, and you guys had the suspect, an arrest, and also the name of the female was identified.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
just highlighting on how the community can, any and every little detail can help.
You're spot on, and you're absolutely correct. And understanding how it unfolded after we did the press conference, we were able to identify family members who came forward. We were also able to identify, based on the family members, the possible suspects with surveillance footage that was captured the night of the incident. So we were fortunate that we utilize our media partners as part of our community-oriented policing strategy and approach in how we handle and how we deal with crimes. And our media partners play a vital part with the success of our program. And the information that was shared, the people that came forward, the family members that came forward to help identify the victim, because that was the direction in which we needed to go first, was to identify the victim. And that's the whole purpose as to why we actually, we reached out. The chief had reached out with the blessings of the governor and the lieutenant governor to allow our crime prevention partners within the community, our law enforcement partners within the administration, to avail the resources needed to canvass, because it was a big area. It was a big area of canvassing. Each officer that they provided, each personnel that was provided played a major asset in bringing closure to this case. But nonetheless, the community's efforts coming forward was a major factor in this, and we continue to ask the community to be a part of a neighborhood watch program in the respective villages.
And so what does it take to be part of a Neighborhood Watch program? I know that it's typically, we're all on WhatsApp and group messages, so it's a group message as easy as that just being added, correct?
It's more than that. We ask the respective leaders within their proper to identify who the potential add-on will be, or the potential constituent that may be a part of that. And they go through a vetting process, and it's really the vetting process that is being done. They ask opinions about the individual, whether he's trustworthy, he or she is trustworthy. Do we know any priors or anything? And we kind of gather to them, but just having prior information of individuals, whether they're going to be a viable asset to the Neighborhood Watch program. It's vetted throughout the respective members. So, linking up with your mayors, linking up with various partners, linking up with family members that are part of the Neighborhood Watch program is the first start. But again, highlighting off what Mayor Paco's interview, and you provided that interview, and it really. He hit home when he struck the message that the community needs to come together, and the community efforts that are brought forth within the respective villages are the you see the effectiveness of what can transpire for a safe and a safe and a secure community.
Definitely. So tomorrow you guys have a meeting. Let's talk about that a little bit. You'll be receiving some feedback from the mayors.
Absolutely. What we like to do with this meeting is, of course, give a highlight with the chief of police. We like to introduce our respective precinct commanders, because they play the vital part of the communication. Each precinct commander within our 4 precincts, they are pretty much in sync with some of the, I want to say all of their respective Neighborhood Watch programs. Talk to the respective mayors, get their input, get their feedback of what works and what doesn't work. And then we get the input from the respective group leaders within the respective Neighborhood Watch. And this is important to us, because we can capture the concerns, we can capture some of the highlights, and maybe we can utilize that in other watch programs that may be experiencing some challenges in formulating a vibrant watch program in their part, but also providing that asset and safety net A few weeks ago, we had a Sinahanya Neighborhood Watch meeting, and the goal of the mayor and the constituents within their respective proper is to form a tri-watch program. They've started it with the Agana Heights proper, and of course the Anigua proper, and we're trying to connect with the Chalampagos proper. So these are the surrounding villages, and we're starting to see that as it multiplies, this becomes a force multiplier approach. We have now 4 villages working in or concentrating efforts in one area. And this is where the growth of the program is, we're starting to see, taking effect about the concerns of the community.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to establish from the northern end of the island to the southern part of the region.
So those are some of the plans as far as growing.
Yes, and we've also introduced our partners, our community partners with the Guam Police Department, the Micronesian Resource Center. They fall under the umbrella of Manialo, which was former Big Brothers and Big Sisters. We brought them out into to the Village Watch program in Sinahanya, and we highlighted some of the efforts and what they are doing within the respective community. By 10 o'clock, our team is going to be partnering with them at the Talafofu Gura Housing. Our team is going to be working hand in hand with the Micronesian Resource Center and talking to the respective residents of the Gura Housing about crimes, about juvenile related crimes, about crimes against people, against crimes against property. So it's showing, we're starting to see the connection and the community-based partnership in which GPD has forged within the community. And we want to bring our partners from MRC out into the community so that, if they have something that may interest a respective watch program or a respective mayor, they can easily adopt that, because we are seeing a lot of Micronesian Resource Center and their efforts and their work, and they've, this is the wonderful things that they're doing in the community. And, to see what the lives that they have touched, to see the resource that they have vowed to our respective FSM community members, it really is a partnership. I really believe it's a marriage made in heaven, because for the last 20-some years, as a police officer, this was one of the hardest bridges to really connect, is connecting with our Micronesian community. So I think for the last 3 years, we've been working closely with MRC and solidifying this partnership.
So as far as the meeting goes, this isn't your first time holding this?
No, this isn't the first time. We saw the success from the previous meetings, and it really is re-engaging our officers, our command staff, with the people, with the respective members within their groups. 3,000 members is a lot. I mean, to look at from where we started, we've done town hall meetings, and I'll be honest with you, we've done town hall meetings where there's maybe three residents in attendance, and there were more tables and chairs, but we've seen those the number 3 expand to 300 within a group, and that really speaks volumes for the community wanting a safer, a safer village. So it's important, because this is a time where we can actually gauge where we can provide the assistance from the Guam Police Department, and of course, work closely with the respective watch program.
And what were some of the discussions that took place at the last meeting that you may anticipate for this upcoming one as well?
Some of the discussions that were brought up was really the communication between, how information is shared, how information, when we say spoof texting and everything, right, validating that information. What we do is we mitigate a lot of the information that comes up, the Neighborhood Watch Group, and we've actually established a line of communication. So prior to the watch commanders sending out information about an incident that happened out, and I want to highlight an incident because it just spread all over social media. There was a robbery that occurred involving a female and 2 males, where she was severely beaten, and it circulated, and everybody within a matter of minutes were chiming in that occurred at the Manila Champion Sporting Good. We reached out to our respective command. We reached out to our partners with the Marianas Fusion Center at the Guam Homeland Security, and they validated it that wasn't from Guam, and they validated and they traced it to be that of something that was posted from the states that came from Mexico. So you see, what we were doing was creating a vetting process in which we provide that information out to the community, and we've seen it pay extra for the community. We've actually had cars that were stolen from the residents who are, and it was posted in their chat. They reached out to the respective neighborhood watch commanders. We validated it as, yes, that vehicle was stolen, was reported stolen, and it's still what we call outstanding. Please be on the lookout. So if an incident happened in, let's say, Chalampago, where the car was stolen, you'll have the eyes and ears from the northern part to the southern part of the island with 3,000 members of the Neighborhood Watch program working together. So we've actually used social media as a platform in providing that information. But a lot of it is really breaking down the lack of communication or establishing a communication network. Yes, with the Guam Police Department and of course the respective Neighborhood Watch program. So these are some of the things that were highlighted, and I want to say that with the success that we're going to hear from the respective watch programs, we're going to see more members. We're going to see more different initiatives that are maybe introduced. We're going to be distributing the signs that was provided to us by Guam Homeland Security and Office of Civil Defense. That's the signs back there. So if you can see the collaborative partnership, we have the Office of the Governor of Guam, the Guam Police Department, Guam Homeland Security, and of course our Mayor's Council.
So that people will be able to see the sign right here, essentially, in more places.
In more places throughout the island. And we do know that the respective neighborhood watch groups have developed their signs as part of their ownership of their watch program. But this is a unified sign showing the commitment that of course, the governor has committed the resources, the chief of police has committed the resources of the officer, and of course, partnering with Guam Homeland Security and working with the critical component for a successful neighborhood watch program are the mayors within the respective village. From my mayor, Mayor Robert Hoffman, to Mayor Alan Ngata, to Mayor Melissa Soares, they have really expressed the growth of their programs. They have expressed the need for training, the need for talking to the community about suspicious activities and how to report crime. So these are things in which we provide to the respective neighborhood watch programs.
Okay, so before we head out of here, how can people join their neighborhood watch program?
Contact your village mayors. Your best approach is to contact your village mayors. Tomorrow night, Thursday, if you have time, feel free to stop by the Sinahanya Community Center. The meeting starts at 7. You're gonna have the opportunity to meet the respective mayors within your proper. If your mayor is not present, we can easily connect you because we are inviting all the mayors to include the Mayor Melissa Soares, who's the chairperson of the Municipal Planning Council, or the Mayor's Council of Guam. She will also be in attendance, or she may send a representative. But rest assured, we can work at connecting you to your community leaders in formulating that. And from there, it really is, if you want to start a program, let's just, take it a step further. If you want to start a program and taking the four-corner approach concept of a neighborhood watch program, then you can actually reach out to us and we can line you with your mayors and we can actually come out and talk to the 4 people that you would just like to, stay in contact with, because that is the genesis, that is the foundation of a neighborhood watch program. It's really neighbors looking after neighbors.
People taking the lead.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, Sergeant Poltopal, and thank you all for watching and starting your day the KUAM way.